was about 16 hours of drive time to get to this campsite, but having these local residents come out and greet us in the morning sure made us feel like it was all worth it. We'd seen this campsite on a previous trip and was able to come back and enjoy it this time. It was a great place to wake up and start our morning. When we pulled out of this campsite, we continued on up through BLM ground into the lower Bighorns, and we kind of worked west and worked our way over to the town of Ten Sleep. This is us heading back east into Ten Sleep Canyon. We're going up to check out a fire lookout tower, and we're going to go find a campsite that we'd marked on a previous trip to spend the night. When possible, we like to find campsites that are at the end of a dead-end road. We like valleys with creeks in them, or we'll take a high vista if the weather's right. This one just matches up with so many things we look for in a campsite. We had to come back and enjoy it on this trip. Yesterday, when we was heading east back into Ten Sleep Canyon, heading up to the fire tower, Bob spied this road on the other side of the canyon. He jumped on Gaia and found where it was, and he guided us down it the next morning. Definitely a nice way to ride through the canyon. Lots of campsites along it if you're looking too. Setting 1,000 miles away from this at home, looking on a PC route finding, I seen the relief on a topo map, looked at area photos, and marked this as a place we wanted to stop and look. It will forever be known as the spot to me. There's camping above it, there's camping all around it, high vistas, definitely a beautiful area. It's off Cold Springs Road. You can find it about 8 miles south of the lakes. Next road we got onto, we run into some snow. Instead of doing like others and just driving around it, which tread light principle says you don't do that, Bob started digging on it, but we found out it was too high and too much for flatlanders. We split up looking for campsites, and Bob hollered on the radio and says, "Man, you gotta come up here and check this out. Talk about being on top of the world." We rode back out and he was right. The next day found us airing down and heading up into the Pryor Mountains. The southern side's really rocky, and then you get into the high vistas on the northern side going into Montana. The overlook that we found looking down at the Bighorn National Canyon was spectacular. What this picture doesn't show is the wind and the rain that was rolling in. It was nasty. We decided, looking at the weather, that we needed to head out and drop down in and get a hotel. Had a tree that was blowed down in front of us we had to remove. And then there's some canyon that we run along. If you look at the sky, you can see the dark blue. I'm glad we did what we did, because the mountains got hammered for hours with heavy rains. After a brief shopping trip in Cody, we headed down to the Kirwin, Wyoming area. Beautiful, beautiful area. Must have been the beautiful scenery. Man, we do creek crossings all the time. One trail we run, there's 30 creek crossings in 7 miles. You'd think I'd know to roll my window up so I didn't get splashed with cold water. But not on this trip. I am not judgmental, or do I look down or say anything bad about any group of people, but I'm going to say this. You know you're in bear country when you run into Amish people and they're all packing handguns because of the bear in the area. I just thought this little section of road was kind of neat, buzzing through the tunnels alongside the creek. We're heading down to Landers to go talk to the National Forest Office there. This was the last trail for Penny and myself on this trip. We headed down into Colorado heading for home. Bob and Cassie and the kids run on out to do the loop. We wanted to be home in time for the National Tom Sawyer's Day here in Hannibal, Missouri. Thanks for coming along. Hope to see you on the trail someday.